Aqua gang, what it do? It's your girl Empress 777 here today with a general love message for my Aquarius soul family. Hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guys, please give us exactly what we need to know. It's going to be for Aquarius sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Of course, these messages are general, guys, okay? So it may or may not resonate. There may be parts that do and others that don't. Just keep an open mind when it comes to tarot. Cross watchers, place yourself where you belong in the story. Okay? Go ahead and take a moment and click that like button, guys, if you do not mind. It is free and it does help us kind of circulate over this platform, and it lets people know that we here. You know what I'm saying? That we in this bit. Okay. Also, click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload for your sign. I do that quite often as well, as this is a predominantly Aquarian channel. Okay. Got that out the way. Whoa. Right. I just felt the need to, whoa, like, are you swerving somebody? Are you curving somebody? I don't know. It feels like somebody you would have actively gone towards willingly. They were not good for you. Okay, this is not something that you were doing. You felt like you weren't yourself, almost like you were possessed by something else, something outside of yourself, a higher source, an entity outside of yourself guided you back towards this individual several times. A lot of cycles in this shit. Again, take what resonates and take, and you know, just leave the rest for who it's for, okay? I don't often get like songs, but I've been getting songs like lyrics lately during a meditation. I don't know if you're like a music head or if your person, whoever's showing up here, if they're trying to listen to music in order to release emotions or in order to gain a hold of their own emotions, or that might be something that you do. Music is often considered like therapeutic, so that's the energy that I'm getting from all of these lyrics that are continuously coming up. I think it was your last read that I heard a song as well. I'm just like, wait, okay, you know, it doesn't come often, so I definitely take a notice when it does. So if that's you, then you know that there's something here for you, okay? So let me just start out by giving you your props, okay? Because whatever this is that you have been actively releasing, it could just be habits, patterns. It could be overgiving, right? It could be not calling people out when you should be, right? It could be, it's just a very potent energy of you not betraying yourself in whatever way that works for you. Okay, so it could be different for all of you. You are moving very differently at this time. And it is for the benefit of your own mental sanity, okay? Like your own mental health, your own emotional health, your own spiritual growth. A lot of you are elevating spiritually, okay? You are becoming more spiritually inclined. You're becoming more in tune with how spirituality can help assist on day-to-day things that you would have in the past thought you were on your own with. Makes sense, okay? Especially in regards to this situation. Now this a mess, okay? I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm giving you your props because you got out of Dodge, but it does feel like an addiction, okay? It feels like very much so an addiction, the both of you addicted to one another. Addictions are heavily toxic, right? That goes without saying. It's something that you actively use, go towards, continue to take part of, that you know is no good for you. Codependency, right? I don't know what you would have been codependent on this individual for. It's going to be different for all of you, right? You know. Can I throw a few examples out there, Spirit? What you got? What you got from it? Okay, so it could be you were addicted to them emotionally, right? You may have even been addicted to the toxicity of the emotional roller coaster, right? Because when it was high, it was extremely high, but the lows were dumb low, okay? Not low enough to keep you from fiending for the highs. Does that make sense? Okay. You could have been dependent on this person for money. For some of you, if you were sharing finances, this could be a spouse, a family member, a parent, you know, just kind of take it how it resonates, guys, okay? Because it's a lot of different storylines showing up here. Now, this person was all good with you being in position of needing them. okay? Even if you didn't feel like you were being needy, right? The textbook definition of what needy looks like, thirsty, that ain't even Aquarian energy at all. But there are other ways for codependency to show up, and that's what I'm feeling here. Now, things have drastically changed, and I do mean drastically, okay? I do. There's something that you tapped into. A lot of you have started on a spiritual journey, okay? You may be currently going through an ascension, an awakening, okay? Or you have in the recent past. It feels like something that has already occurred or that's currently happening, okay? It doesn't feel predictive, but it could be. I just don't feel that the strongest, okay? Yeah, because this new cycle is like right here. You're either already in it or you're right about to jump through the next portal. Whoever this person was, you guys, or whoever this person is, okay, you could still be in contact with them. It's different for all of you. They definitely felt like the both of you planted the seeds to always remain in one another's lives, even though you are actively, energetically detached. Whether you guys are talking to one another now or not, the emotion and the engagement is not where it used to be. They're not triggering you in the same way. They're not getting to you emotionally in the same way. They're not getting the same responses or the same care, if you care at all, okay? Right? Different. Very, 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 very different energy. Very different actions in the way that you're handling them and the way that you're handling yourself, right? Because I get the idea that, like I said, when you have an addiction to something, that shit could be killing you, right? Killing your soul, right? Minute by minute by minute. Ether is what I'm hearing. Ether to the soul. Yet you can't stop. It's wild. It's a disease. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not even trying to be dramatic. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. This person is definitely questioning where things are going. I think you have a good idea where things are going for you, okay? You're tapped in spiritually. You're also being guided. And I feel like most of you are taking that guidance. You're not going in the opposite direction. This is somebody who's willing you to come back towards them. They are wishing, possibly trying to manifest you back in, even though they don't know that's what they're doing. They're constantly thinking about you. You're constantly showing up. Yeah. So here are the lyrics that I was hearing during your meditation. It's a song by this artist called Raheem Devon. And I think it's called Drug. I do. Yeah, and it's like, I'm your drug. You know, you can't kick it. You gotta have it. Got you so addicted. I got you hooked. I got you sprung. I got you open. That's the lyrics, you guys. And that is what I was hearing over and over and over. He was doing the ad-libs and just going on. And you know, your changes are definitely giving this person a sign that you're no longer in that space in life. At least I don't think that you are. They definitely fed off of that codependent energy. Whatever way this person fed you was still toxic, but it was something that you kept going back to. It was something that you felt like you needed, okay? I feel like you were definitely blinded. You know what I'm saying? You weren't awoken at all. You were definitely operating out of your own shadow self. This is why I feel that awakening energy, because of this huge change. You are a different person. What you need has totally changed. You can now see very clearly how this is nothing that you need. The connection between the two of you was nothing that you needed then, and it's nothing that you need now. You can't even believe, right, that this was something that you chased after. In some instances, don't beat me up. I know Aquarians don't chase. I'm just saying. This person is expecting that, though. They're expecting a chase. They're expecting you to end this game you're playing. This new you. Yeah, we have express your love in the reverse. So this person hasn't heard from you. They have been kind of waiting though, okay? Definitely waiting for you to show back up here. They do feel like that addictive, that codependent energy is still there. Now, I don't know how long it's been since the disconnect, even if there's even been a disconnect, right? As everybody's story is going to be different. This person may have started treating you extremely nasty as you started to change. Okay? They are still operating out of their shadows, so they're nowhere near aware of their nasty behavior. This person's self-confidence, their self-worth even, right? I'll even reach to say that definitely depended on you treating them like a king, a queen, right? Like the end all be all. I'll never leave you, no matter how many times you stab me, no matter how many times we fall out, no matter how many times you cheat, no matter how many times you do this or do that, right? No matter how many times you betray me, no matter how many times you step on me, get in your car, put it in drive, roll over me, put it in reverse, roll over me again. Human speed bump out this bitch. I'm still right here with it. I'm right here. That's what they're used to. They fed off of that. It actually allowed them to thrive. That was definitely their drug, their portion. It feels very much so mirrored in this instance. The both of you were addicted to one another. You were addicted to the toxicity in this. So there's a void that this individual is currently feeling. They're not expressing that at this moment. They don't know how to express it because they don't really know what's wrong, right? They don't know. They don't know what you're doing, right? They don't even know who you are anymore. They don't know. They just don't know. Clueless. See, we have mutable moon. First phrase, nothing is set in stone. Okay? This definitely lacked flexibility. That goes without saying. This person is used to being in control, or at least having a good control over you, over your mind, over your emotions, right? This person may have even like played with your emotions from time to time just to see how much they have you, you know? Play little mind games, play little triggering games with you just to see if you'll chase them, if you'll, you know, if you'll see if they're okay, what's wrong with them, do they need anything, are you all right, are we still okay, are we still together? Wow. This person put you through like the motions, like literally. Scattered energy. That's what's in this card as well. I mean, I can't even say it any better than myself. I can't say that any better, okay? Very unstable situation. This was very unstabling. Even though it felt like stability, it felt like something that was a constant in your life. This person may have been around for a long time, right? So there's most certainly history here. Told you. Pluto energy, that's all about transformation. You are transforming before this person's eyes. They don't know what to do with this shit. They don't know what to do with you. Okay? They trying to see if they can send you in to get fixed somewhere. You are broken. Ciao. Now, guys, black magic is in this card here, okay? I kept hearing manifesting, manifestation, somebody trying to manifest, but I don't believe that this is somebody who is going through a transformation at this juncture. Not saying that it can't happen in the future. That's definitely where I feel like you are, or where you have been, where you're coming from. You are a changed individual. Okay, and everything about you has changed, even your energy. Even people who haven't seen you in a long time, you may not even say a word to them. They can just see it. There's some sort of a light around you. Your energy is different. You're not the same. So for this person to be manifesting, it's like they're not tapped in. Okay, they ain't got the plug. You do, they don't. So I do feel like there's a backhanded way that they're trying to kind of get you back in line, right? Told you, they feel like they need to fix you. Oh my gosh, what the fuck is this? They may have had to have, they may have tried to have conversations with you about how you're behaving now. Okay. It was definitely met with a lot of resistance on your end because you couldn't quite understand, especially if you didn't fully see the toxicity of the cycling with this individual. You just couldn't understand why it was a bad thing for you to evolve, for you to change, for you to grow. Why is that an issue? And I'm gonna tell you why. You wanna know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Ready for it? Here it go. You changing, you evolving or growing or transitioning, that is definitely putting a wrench in what the fuck the two of you had. This can never last with you going that way. You got to stay right here with it. Set in stone. We got power right here twice. Very, very powerful connection. It did have power over you. Don't lie. For a period of your life, for a period in time. It felt right though. When you would go back to this individual, it felt natural. You naturally gravitated back to this connection over and over and over again. You weren't able to clearly see, right? You're operating out of the darker side, your shadow side, trauma, or whatever it is that has created the codependent energy within you. That's what would speak to you. You know they did you wrong. You know they betrayed you. You know they keep fucking you over. That you know they don't respect you. You know that nobody said love is like this, but that shadow was like, I need them. You know, let's just work it out. I have wasted enough time with you already. What's a couple more months? Months turn into years. Years turn into more years. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, and this is what they are used to. So it does seem that somebody is most certainly getting desperate at this point, okay? It's obsession for sure, but the desperation, it's the desperation for me. Desperado. All right, let's see what else we got here. Your soul has returned to learn many lessons. And I believe that this is the path that you're on, baby, okay? You're actively getting the lessons. You might be getting them all at once is what I just heard. What? What? Yeah. See, semi-sextile, I told you. Yeah, this is for growth. This is for growth purposes. This feels like the ultimate growing pain. It feels like one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. I don't feel like you're fighting them. I don't feel like you're fighting this. You're not. This is why you are actively cycling out of this toxic cycle. Okay. Give me a little bit of insight here, Spirit, because this feels very, very personal. This person might be asking their friends and family, you know, what do I do? Do love spells really work? You know, I need my person back. It's very desperate energy, okay? They're at their wits' end, okay? They're willing to do anything at this point in time. You know how addictions go, right? Crackheads will sell their last, they'll sell their mama TV. You know what I'm saying? They'll sell their last just for a hit, especially if they can't find you. I mean, if you haven't spoken to this person, or if you just up and disappeared, okay? For some of you, after realizing the effects that this toxic energy has had on you, you're disgusted. It turns your stomach to even think about having a conversation. Then that means that this energy of obsession, of desperation is only intensified by 1,000,000,000. Okay, how about that? Now, I don't feel like the majority of you have made it through that portal into the next cycle just yet. For some of you, you may be relocating. Okay, there are a lot of changes coming your way. Wow, see, told you, the Tower. Whoa. This is your past energy, and this is what this person is currently experiencing. They're gaining a lot of clarity in reference to where you might be, but they can't quite place their finger on it because they're not seeking guidance, like from the divine. They're not. This is somebody who feels like they can control this, that they have the power. This is why I feel like maybe somebody, one of their friends, family members, okay, somebody in a metaphysical store or something of that nature is telling them, well, you could use this. Okay, this might work, right? Candle magic, a little bit of this, sprinkle a little bit of that, okay? Charge it under the moon, and boom, they're all yours. This person may have even tried this prior to this huge disconnect that the two of you have had. That's not for all of you, okay? I don't want to freak you out. You're like, girl, what? I see omen here in this halo moon card. I'm just saying, right? Don't put it past them, especially if you couldn't explain to yourself why your happiness wasn't the priority. Why would I keep going back to something that always makes me cry? Why would I keep going back to something that always depletes me, that always has me second guessing myself, that always has me feeling insecure, depleted, that always has me feeling low, very low vibrational, that always has me feeling worried, anxiety filled? Why would I do that? This is a very different read. I'm gonna tell you, what is this? Please protect yourself, guys, okay? In this semi-sextile card, it does say opportunity, okay, with effort. And I do feel like this person is placing their effort elsewhere. They are actively trying to manifest you, but I don't feel like they have manifestational properties, or they don't use their manifestational properties for good, okay? They use the more shadow aspect of manifesting in order to get people back forcefully. It's the most effort this person has ever had to put in to get you to turn back around. Maybe the longest the two of you have ever been apart. And they can't understand how you can go this long, because the addiction was very prevalent. It was very clear. Even if the two of you didn't call it addictive energy, maybe you called it something else. We're soulmates, right? We're meant to be together. There must be a reason why we keep finding each other, why we keep attracting each other, right? No, even when you try to date other people, they just wouldn't do it for you. You just didn't see anything in these people. You couldn't feel the chemistry. Chemistry is a lie, by the way. Okay? Especially if you are actively on a spiritual journey, you will notice that chemistry is a crock of bullshit. Okay? In some instances, it could be chemistry that magnetically attracts you to a person, right? Could be. But if it's low vibrational, babe, no, that's not chemistry. That is familiarity, right? That's definitely addiction, okay? Something outside of yourself. So we have the High Priestess, okay? I feel like this is the habits that's currently affecting this, okay? You were asleep at one point in time. You see? Eyes closed. I believe that this High Priestess may have been in the reverse even for some of you. We now have you fully awakened, okay? Yes, the third eye is definitely blooming. You're gaining insights that you didn't even ask for. Okay? Definitely getting hit from all areas, but I feel like after this sort of breakdown, I feel like you've been broken down in multiple areas of life. It's for the betterment of your future, however, okay? We have the sun. So you are moving towards clarity, happiness, fulfillment. Now, this individual is still asleep, okay? And they thrived when the both of you were in this state. They were given a lot of power. They at least felt like they had a lot of power over you. It wasn't them, though, okay? As I stated, there was definitely something in your past, traumatic experience. Your shadow, more specifically, is codependency, okay? This is the only thing that will explain why this was acceptable, because in any other situation, let alone now where you are and how much you've changed, this would never work, ever. You would never go for this. You will not. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse, right? So no more pipe dreams, no more dreaming about what could be and the potential of things, and not wanting to be alone. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. That could have been some of you as well. All right. So just take it how it resonates. That is pre-empress, pre-emperor energy. In the upright, in the reverse, it is somebody who may settle because they don't want to start over. Dating is hard, right? I'd rather deal with the devil I do know than to go out and try something new, or to, like I said, start over. Or something inside of you, you didn't know it was codependency, is like, ugh, maybe this is the best that I can do. Or maybe this is how relationships are. Huh? Yeah. Right? Maybe this is just how things are. Especially with your twin flame, especially with your soulmate, especially with and all of the excuses in the world, right? To not remain single. So you may go through a single period in time where spirit is working on you. You may be in that cycle currently. Somebody is actively running after you, chasing you, calling you in, doing spells, okay? Seeking advice on black magic. I'm just saying. Do not put it past them. How did you get away? That's what I just heard. Wow. Page of Cups in the reverse or in the upright. Page of Cups can signify somebody who daydreams, you know? Fairy tales. Okay, fairy tales and calla lilies, butterflies, and unicorns, and things are going to be perfect, and we'll be floating on cloud 9, and pigs can fly, and you know, and everything is just great, and we'll make it. We can make it. And this is possibly what your unawoken self may have communicated to you, right? Your shadow side may have communicated that. Give it some time, right? Your patience will pay off. This person may have even said things to solidify those thoughts that were coming from your shadow side, right? People can't change overnight. How can you expect me to change overnight? Okay, you have expressed what you would like for me to change, what you want to happen. Well, you have to give me time, right? Because old habits die hard. Like, you got to give it a chance. Like, you got to, you know, nobody changes overnight. Damn. Give me a little bit more insight here. This is definitely not the way I thought this was going to go. So, this is this person's biggest fear for the future of this connection. We do have the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, this person does fear that you have already cut them loose without conversation, without reprieve. They do believe that there possibly might not be a chance, but they're not willing to let themselves believe that. Okay, this is why the active movement back towards you. And this also feels why it might be showing up, especially for those of you who are still working through these towers that are coming your way. You are actively rebuilding. You're rebuilding everything. What is life? That's what I just heard. So everything has changed. Your life doesn't look the same anymore. It's entirely different. It could be very overwhelming. Please take moments in time to celebrate your milestones. Every little breakthrough, every little goal, every little thing you have to root yourself on, right? Be your own cheerleader, because it feels extremely heavy and it can be easy to feel so overwhelmed that you're just like, fuck this shit, and go, you know, back. Okay? Even though you say you won't go back. I heard you. I hear you. I hear you. Holla if you hear me. I hear you. Ah, I hear you. I don't doubt your strength, your self-control. Okay? I don't. But I gotta keep it a buck. Okay? When it comes to addiction, right? People who have like actual, you know, drug addiction, for example, they can go years and years and years and years and years and years and be clean, and, you know, and go to their meetings and, you know, have sponsors, and they're good. They're on track. And then, I don't know, anything can trigger you needing to feel that high again. Anything can trigger you feeling like maybe that's the better route. Maybe that's the better option. I felt better when that was going on rather than doing this bullshit here, which is your lessons. You are learning lessons actively. You can't escape them, but they will have a huge payoff. Okay? If you choose them. Okay? That obedience is going to have a huge, big payback. Okay? Yeah, okay, a minor setback, but a major get back, but a major comeback. That's what I just heard. So don't sleep on it. But again, it's not something that the faint at heart would just actively be like, oh yeah, sure. It's okay if my job is putting us all on furlough. Sure, they're laying people off. Right, I'm good, right? It's okay if I date another person who, you know, doesn't really inspire me. So we have ghosted. Did you do that? Did you do this? Yeah. Just take that if it resonates. I mean, the cards don't lie. One way or another, this person feels like you cut them off without explanation. So whether that's actually doing it, meaning you just stopped talking to them, you fell off the face of the earth, another galaxy out this bitch. Or you could be right in their face and they still cannot penetrate your mind, your thoughts. They can't read you. The energy is not there anymore. It has left the building without explanation. You have ghosted this person in one way or another in their mind. This is their thoughts, you guys, okay? They are now experiencing this tower. That's what I'm hearing now. Mirrored energy for sure. Your tower has already come. You may currently be experiencing a rebuilding, okay, of this destructive energy. They're currently also experiencing this tower, but I don't believe that they're actively going towards their lessons. They are in the dark. They are begging for clarity, begging for a fix. That would be you. See? And they do know that, okay? As I stated, I feel like some of you are right on the brink of jumping through that next portal, okay? You have definitely been working very hard, keeping yourself balanced, going towards new goals, new things, completely transforming your entire life, okay? Your goals have changed as well. You are shattering these lessons, okay? Just boom, 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 one after another, one after another. So you're right on the brink of being in this next cycle, and this person can feel that energetically, even if they don't know what it is. It's anxious behavior, right? Anxious energy, depression, worry that they can't quite explain. Yeah, I deserve this, but I don't like it. Exactly. So this individual is not a dummy. They do know that you should have left them a long time ago. But I do feel like they have kind of solidified in their mind that the both of you were addicted to one another, okay? So that it would just continue. It would just continue. That's just how this is. This is how it's supposed to be, and this is how it's gonna be. Yikes. Now, we will have new love in the extended, because I do feel like the strides you have made and the accomplishments, okay, towards this next cycle that you have made is something to be celebrated, okay? So I do feel like there is something beautiful coming in for sure, all right? Yeah, so that Sun card is definitely showing up because this person can feel that you're actively chasing your happiness, okay? You're no longer interested in this. This doesn't serve you anymore. Okay, actually, you don't have to, and it puts a bad taste in your mouth. Our separation still affects me, told you. I mean, that's a no-brainer though, but you may not have known that. You may not have known. I don't feel like this is somebody who has reached out just yet, but they will. They definitely will. Boy, the amount of times that you have gone back and apologized for shit that you didn't even do, the amount of times that you have gone back and tried to put this shit together, most certainly this person has placed themselves on a very high pedestal because of that. This is why they haven't actively tried to come towards you. Okay? Or let me rephrase, maybe they didn't immediately try to come towards you, because for some of you, they actually have, and they cannot get in contact with you. And they do know energetically that the ticking time clock is definitely going. Okay, the buzzer is almost off, bitch. You right there. You right there. Okay, so we have them full of pain. They got the shakes. Okay, they can't eat, they can't sleep. Can't think about anything else, you guys, okay? Let me tell you something about this. You like, there's more? Just one more thing before we get on up out of here. not one card in reference to them trying to fix themselves, right? Trying to figure out how they got here, taking accountability, doing any work. Because the lessons are hitting them as well, you guys. That's mirrored energy. They're ignoring them. They're running after you. It's crazy. See? Mine is completely warped. Totally. They have no interest in getting clean. They have no desire to shake this addiction. Okay, this is something that they feel is how things are supposed to be. In fact, they'd like some more, please. It's ciao. Okay, let's go on over to the extended, guys, okay? I definitely want to see what this person's purest feelings are, okay? This is something that they possibly will never tell you, even though they're saying these different things. There's something subconsciously that they actually feel that you need to know. Let's see if there are any regrets here, okay? I don't feel them. I didn't see any cards of changing, remorse, or anything else like that. It just feels like a lot of energy of chasing and just trying to get that old thing back. That's the energy I'm feeling, but I'll still look. I also want to see what karmic debt are they scheduled to pay that's required for evolution to the next cycle, because like I told you, they're running after you. They're not actively facing this tower. They're in complete and total denial. They're doing things to get their mind off of it. They're ignoring any sign that they need to learn something, right? That they need to take accountability. They're just not interested in that, okay? But they are scheduled for this karmic debt. You can't run forever, okay? It is going to catch up with them, and I want to know what that is, period. So also, let's see what changes they have already made, okay? I didn't see none of that, like I said. So I'll pick a card specifically to see if maybe I missed something. Are they trying to keep it under wraps? So I'm going to see if they have made any changes, okay? I also want to see their next steps so that you can prepare yourself, as well as their intentions, the potential outcome, okay? Whether you decide to re-engage with this person or go in the opposite direction. No judgment. I'm going to look at both. Let's also take a look to see what blockages have and may still put you in the position to not properly see red flags soon enough, okay? That's going to be very important as you move forward. I also want to see what Spirit's suggestion is on how you can remove them with the quickness, ASAP, okay, as you're approaching this next new love cycle. Then we're going to get right into your new love message, okay? Great segue. Let's see what new beautiful energy is approaching you. We have the sun, so it is something extremely beautiful. You're not expecting this. How will they approach you? Let's also see how do they look? You know what I'm saying? What they looking like? All right, is the attraction there? What will attract you to them most, right? What's their most attractive qualities? Why are they single? Because that's very, very important. I want to see why they're single in their opinion and in their ex's opinions, okay? And then let's see if there are any warning signs or deal breakers that you need to be aware of. Let's see how popping the chemistry is between the two of you in and out the bedroom, okay? Seeing as though you have elevated your frequency and you are into a new cycle, chemistry may actually be a thing. So let's see what that's looking like. I'll definitely look to see if there are any red flags in that arena as well. Okay, what's the potential for union for the two of you? We will also get your focus advice on how to manifest the life of abundance and fulfillment you desire for yourself, whatever that looks like, whatever your recipe is, right? In the least amount of time, okay? Get that directly from what Spirit suggests for you. And then we will have an Ask the Universe read, okay? Where I'll give you guys the floor. Very, very popular reading, but I have more instructions over in the extended, okay? But first, click that like button, okay? As well as the subscribe button. And I'm going to link that extended down below in the description box. And I definitely hope to see you over there. All right.